KPM.
Oh, yes, that was so funny. I know. But she told me she was doing good, you know. I don't think it was a problem before.
She's on the
Okay.
phone. I think this is my chance.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Actually, there's a lot of things she said to me, but I think, yeah, I have to go. Maybe I'm gonna talk to you later. Okay, bye. Oh my goodness. Who took my money? Welcome to Teras Didik TV KPM. You're watching today with me, Syafiqah Farahin Razali, and today we'll be learning Bahasa Inggeris. Our title is crime. So for those of you who love crimes, today we're going to explore more about that. But before anything, I would like to remind all of you to always practice your SOP. Maintain a physical distance of at least 1 meter between each other. Always wash your hands frequently. If you can't, use your hand sanitizers, and always wear your mask, okay kids, when you're outside of your homes. Alright, today just now, if you notice what happened to me, I was robbed in broad daylight without me realizing because I was on my phone. So for you those out there, I would like to remind you, please be vigilant and careful when you're outside. No matter what you're doing, there's always a place and time for everything. So make sure it's safety first. And who taught me that today was none other than teacher Muhammad Hanin Abu. Hanip, teacher, welcome to us on Teras on Didik TV. Cikgu today.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine so far, and I'm very excited for today.
I'm excited too, kids. Are you excited, first of all? All right. But before that, I would like to invite you to practice the SOP first and wear the hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Okay, you first and then me. But teacher, I would like to ask, what is the relation between our gimmick just now and with the topic for today? But before that, let's first introduce our students so they can join us and hearing your objectives for today.
Yep.
Okay, students, let's invite you in. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys? Okay, doing good? Okay, can you turn on your mics? Hello guys, have you had your breakfast?
Hello.
Okay, have you had your breakfast? Feeling energized today?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know one of you, all of you actually, one by one. Can we start first with Aida?
Hi, I'm Aida binti Abdul Rahman Teo from 5 Science, and you can call me Aida.
Okay, hello Aida. All right, next can we have Adrian?
Hi, I'm Adrian from 5ST. You can call me Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. Next, do we have Muhammad Afiq?
Hi, my name is Muhammad Afiq Ibn Muhammad Fazil. I am from 5 SNK. You can call me Afiq.
Okay, Afiq, thank you so much for that. And next, Nur Faiza. Nur Faiza, you there?
Hi, my name is Nur Faiza bin Jamali. I'm from 580.
Okay. I think your connection is a bit lost there. Let's have Suran next.
And you can call me
My name
Faiza.
is Suren Krishan. I'm from 5ST. You can call me Suren.
All right, Suran. And last, we have Yin Zuan. Is that correct?
Yes. Hi, I'm Inshan from 5 Science, and you can call me Inshan.
All right, so they're all from the same class, teacher.
No, they are from different
Same
classes,
school, but
same
different.
school. Yeah.
Okay, teacher. Right, before we start anything, please proceed with what are we going to do today and what are the objectives for today's lesson?
Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit about crime. Yes, I put here what I'm going to focus. Yes, the topic is crime, but I'm going to also introduce models, which is a part of our language awareness in our syllabus, and also the main focus for our today lesson is going to be about writing. So we are going to write an essay at the end of the lesson.
I see. So the students have to write an essay today,
Yep.
teacher. Okay, students, get out your paper, get out your pens, and we'll be doing writing today specifically, but also for writing because we're on a Google Meet today, we'll be asking them to read as well, teacher.
Yep.
Okay. And then what else are we going to do?
We are going to also respond a little bit on this item that we have here, amazing item. We have CSI, crime scene.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes, and also we are going to look at certain pictures that I'm going to include in my slides later on, okay?
Okay. All right, teacher, I can see a lot of forensic stuff there. I'm getting really excited, students. I hope you all have had your breakfast and feeling energized to start your engines. But before we do anything, teacher, let's hear some comments from our students about this subject first. But before that, let's first take a break and then we go back to that later on Teras Didik TV KPM.
Crime is an unlawful act that should be avoided among society. In fact, crime is the opposite of the law. When you committed a crime, it will affect your family members and your loved one, such as they will be looked down upon society by your own problem. Teenagers must not get caught up in this situation. It is because they are the one who will lead our nation.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nara from Sambagan Sarap. From my point of view, crime is an offense that merits community condemnation and punishment, usually by way of fine or imprisonment. Crime in Malaysia described in various forms, including murder, sexual harassment, money laundering, and many others. However, there are many ways on how we can this crime, such as using the alarming system. The good quality of CCTV will help to detect the criminals, and this can make them think twice before they do their business. Then, always remember to be cautious about what you post online, as it may be used to identify or locate you offline. Then, always make sure to lock your doors and windows. That's all. I wish you get a happy life and stay safe. Bye.
Didik TV KPM. Didik TV KPM.
Welcome back to Teras Didik TV KPM, and today we're learning the language that I'm speaking, which is Bahasa Inggeris, and we're focusing solely on crimes, but actually we're learning about writing all the way, but revolving around the topic of crime. So for today we have Mr. Hanin from SMK Unku Aziz Sabak Bernam Selangor.
Yep.
He's the teacher for Bahasa Inggeris. Right, teacher, before we go any further, I would like you to proceed with today's lesson, and the floor is yours.
Yes, okay. So today we are looking at Unit 6, the crime, the title, and also we are going to look into our English download at page 69, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the learning standard that we need to follow and abide by the rules given by our syllabus, right?
Ministry,
Yeah,
yes.
the ministry, good. The learning standard is because we are doing writing, so we are going to narrate factual and imagine events and experiences, and also we are going to include speaking, explain and justify the points of views of classmates or others. As we are joined by our classmates over here, we are going to also listen to their opinions later on. And the learning objective for today is to identify 4 or 6 symbols that we are going to see after this, the symbols, and I'm going to ask you also to look into the symbol later on, Shafika. Don't worry. I'm sure that you are going to look it as familiar as you've seen it before, okay?
Okay, teacher.
And the last one, write a paragraph and use at least 2 words from the language bank for each student, as we are going to actually delegate the essay to certain students today.
Right, okay.
Now, here is the part that we need to guess the pictures.
Okay, so we'll be doing this with the students online as well, right, teacher?
Yeah. So,
okay, great.
they also can refer it, because I always ask them to actually refer to the textbook. And as you know, it's in the site already, in the website, then you can search for this textbook.
Okay.
So we are going to
This one, teacher, this textbook.
Yes, that's textbook. Download English Form 5, okay? So we are going to look into these 6 words, okay? Shafika?
Right.
So, can you see this word?
Yes, there's 6 words there.
Okay. Would you like to say, name all them?
Okay, the first one is arson,
then
graffiti,
yes,
kidnapping,
okay,
mugging,
murder,
and vandalism.
Okay, so we are going to look at the picture, and then we will ask our student out there to actually relate which picture match. Okay, that is the proper word, match. Okay, the first one.
Okay.
Okay,
so who would like to
choose
try?
the person?
Let's have one volunteer. Okay, we have Aida.
Yes, Aida.
The answer is graffiti.
Graffiti. Okay, so is that the correct answer, Shafika, you think?
I think it should be correct, teacher.
Should be correct. Okay, let's see. Yes,
Yay.
graffiti. I think
Okay.
when we're talking about crime, it's not the art part of the graffiti, you know. I mean, like certain people, they also express way by doing graffiti on the walls. But the thing is, if it's nice and people appreciate it for art, there wouldn't be much a problem. However, sometimes it's so obscene.
Yes, teacher.
And also vulgar, and also creating negative connotation to people who's going to watch it.
That's
so
true, teacher.
yeah, it's going to be a crime. Remember that it can be art, but to certain extent, it's going to make a negative impact to other people. So we will consider it as illegal, illegal. Yeah.
And also because sometimes when they do these arts, they're beautiful, but they do it on arts that are on surfaces like walls that are historical buildings that are preserved, teacher.
So
right. So that's considered a crime.
Yes, this is going to be considered as crime as well. As long as you ask permission from people, I think it wouldn't be a problem. That is also important. Ask permission. Okay.
All right.
So we go on to the next one, which is the second picture. Wow, this is very obvious. Can we choose our next person to speak?
I can totally relate to this. Who wants to try? Okay. Yinzuan.
Okay, Yinzuan, can you see the picture? What is the word related to this picture?
Mugging.
Is that correct?
Let's see. Okay, mugging. So I think it's something that also a not very familiar term to be used in Malaysia as well, because people always use thief, theft, something like that, and mugging is also something like that, right?
Right.
Okay, so need to be careful, right?
Right.
Have you any experience that you saw
with
mugging happen?
Actually, my friends have. A few of my friends have, but for me, it hasn't happened yet. Alhamdulillah. But then, teacher, I would like to ask. Maybe there's a bit of difference between mugging and also snatch thief. What can you tell the difference between that?
Snatch thief is something that. Snatch thief doesn't happen like face to face, you know, pickpocket. So mugging, you encounter it face to face with it, the real life. I mean, like, snatch it also real life. It's just that the action You know, the action is
Okay.
different a little bit. While mugging is a little bit more force than like pickpocket and
I
snatch.
see.
Okay.
Mugging is more like aggressive.
Aggressive. Good.
Okay.
Let's go on to the next one. Yes.
Wow,
Can we
this
have
is-
another person to actually
Yes.
say?
Okay,
Yes, Suren.
Suren.
Sorry, what is that?
The answer is kidnapping.
Okay, let's see.
Kidnapping.
Because you can see there's a child and then there's a grown man over there, like
Yes.
taking somebody else. Like you can see the action. Yes, it's
In a
kidnapping.
forceful way, yes.
So if you look at the term itself, kid and napping,
Yes.
right? The first term, because it always happened to kids, because kids are very small, they are very precious, and they are very fragile as well. So easy being taken by people who are adult, who has grown body, to be
Yes,
taken
teacher.
away from them. So it's easy to still young children. So parents out there. Yeah, because now the situation is pandemic, so you can't bring your kids out there, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit safer environment. But before this pandemic happened, you know, we can see like many cases of kidnapping happen among young children. So
Yes,
be
teacher.
careful, okay?
Yes.
So it's a crime to take other people's children.
Yes, that's a fact, teacher.
That's a fact. Okay. Now let's go on to number 4. Okay. Can somebody
Alright.
respond?
Can we have, okay, Adrian.
Yes, Adrian. Okay, maybe Faiza can answer later. Okay, Adrian.
The answer is arson.
Arson.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we come to a few more words only, right? So
Yes.
they can already make a guess as well. So you can
Okay.
play this in the classroom. Okay, when you already matched the word, then you can cross. So you are left with how many words left for you to match, right?
Yes.
So it's easy to
It's
make.
it's becoming a bit easier towards
as
the
you go
end.
towards the end, yes.
Right.
So this is arson. So what do you think, Shafika, arson?
Actually, arson is something that, for me, is not used commonly in Malaysia,
Yep.
but it can be used commonly because arson is an act where you set something on fire,
Yes.
and it's committing a crime.
Yes, because you are doing it intentionally.
Intentionally.
To actually make some destruction to other people's property.
Yes.
So that is why we call this arson. Maybe because it's not being highlighted, it does happen. You know,
It
it
does
does happen. It's just that we are not commonly used. And I'm
Definitely.
very glad that this textbook prepared by the ministry actually introduced these good words to young learners like the Form 5 students, which is going to increase their vocabulary. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Vocabulary
Before
is always
this,
good.
that's great. But also before this, when we've had cases of incidents of buildings lighting up and setting on fire and all that, we think it can be accidental. But
Yes.
when we know someone's behind it,
Yes.
it becomes an arson.
Yep,
A
that's
crime.
good.
Okay. All right,
So
teacher.
that's clear-cut fact from Shafika. When it is intentional, then it becomes
an
arson.
arson,
Okay.
yes.
Let's go on to number 5. So we always see this in
Crime movies.
like movies, something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
I think your kids love watching
this,
these kind of movies.
Yes. Who else? Faiza, right?
Faiza,
just
yes.
now.
It's your turn.
Faiza?
Murder.
Yeah? Right?
Yes.
Yes. Murder.
If we were to put it on a ranking, teacher, murder would be the most heaviest of crime of all.
Or offense, right?
Yes.
Because you are taking people's life.
Yeah.
Which
it's
is very
not.
precious. Even if we cut ourselves, we feel hurt. Just imagine somebody has the intention to actually kill somebody else who are still living or still like,
Yes.
maybe they have families. If you see this murder happen, yes, it can be considered as one of the major offense happened. Okay.
Correct. It's another level mind game.
Yes. Okay. And we go on to the last.
Last
picture.
one, which is like the only one answer.
The only one answer left. Who
Maybe-
else is not say anything?
Afiq hasn't said anything. Can you try?
Yes. Okay. Afiq.
Vandalism, sir.
Vandalism. Because that is the only word left. So easy for Afiq. Congratulations, because you just wait for your turn. Yeah. But it's okay
Okay.
because the rest of the friends need to play their roles first, right?
Right.
Before he came out with the answer.
So
And-
next time we have to let Afiq answer first.
next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Next time.
So yes, it is vandalism. Yeah.
Okay.
So the act of like also intentionally destruct and destroy other people's property. Sometimes it's not just about other people's property. It's the intention for you want to destroy something for fun.
For fun.
For fun. You know, like breaking glasses of other people, even your neighbors. Sometimes you never get angry with young children. If they play and it was accidental, it's okay, right? It's not a problem. But when you intentionally doing it, it's all about the intention. Okay?
Yes, correct, teacher.
Okay, now we are going to look at language awareness. We are going to touch a little bit on models. Okay, so I'm going to introduce, because we are going to, in the end, we are going to write. So I want them to actually include this model, inside their paragraph later on. Okay. So models is actually what now? Oh,
wow. There's some words there.
Yeah, some words there. There are a lot actually. Sometimes we always pair them together, except for certain. Yeah, we have will and would, shall and should, may and might, can and could. Before I ask my student to actually like create sentences, Shafika,
oh no,
let's go to your turn first.
I knew I was going to be the target from the moment you had that expression. Okay, I would like to try, teacher.
Okay,
why not?
What is the models that you want to use?
Should I pick just one or two together?
It's up to you.
Okay, I would like to try just one.
Okay,
keep it
just
on the safe
one.
side.
Yeah, to be on the same side.
All
okay,
right.
never mind. Okay.
Okay, so I create a sentence from one of the words.
Yep.
Okay, one that is going viral recently, the word, can I have a cup of tea?
Can I have a cup of tea?
Which is using the word can.
Can, yes. Because as you know, there are several purposes when you want to do the models. As what you said just now,
Can I have a cup of tea?
A cup of tea. So you're asking?
I am asking if I could have a cup of tea.
Yes, so you're asking like for somebody to help you, right, with that, and also asking whether I can, what you want to buy.
Request,
making request.
Something, yes.
So models help you to make a certain things in your daily life and also in writing. So I have listed a few of the purpose of this models, right? If you can see, there are a lot of lists over here to show ability. For example, birds can fly. So that is to show that birds has the ability to fly.
Yes.
To ask permission, can I use your restroom for a while? Something like that. So you use these models to make requests just now, as you say, to give offer or suggestion. Can I offer you my blanket? Because I see you that you're a little bit cool, something like that, right, Shafika?
Okay.
To state obligation and necessity. This is something that is harder. So you can use like must. You must be back at 7. There's always an instruction from your parents, right?
Yes, of
because
course.
it shows your obligation and also necessity. Yes, also, one essay that is also to show prohibition. You want to prohibit something from happening. For example, also, don't smoke.
Don't smoke.
It's dangerous. Okay,
Yes.
people out there, don't smoke. It's dangerous. Okay, and then also to show possibility to make a deduction. For example, it might rain today. Yeah, it's not happening yet, but we want to make assumption and also deduction, and also to give advice or criticism. That's why also teachers use a lot of models when we are dealing to our kids. And also kids need to know this. Yeah, that's why we learn today about models. So
right. So there's a lot of points that we can use for the models that you listed out just now. And we're going to get some views and opinions from students on how to create sentences using these words. But before that, students, let's first take a break, and then maybe you can think of a sentence while we're on break. So let's see you after this on Teras Didik TV KPM.
Didik TV KPM. Didik TV KPM.
students, welcome back to Teras Didik TV KPM, and today we're learning Bahasa Inggeris crime. Since we're on the topic of crime, I would like to remind all of you to stay vigilant, okay? Nowadays, although we under FMCO, we have to always stay safe, make sure you do things at the right time. Safety is always first, okay kids? Alright, today we're still with Mr. Hanin, and just now we learned about the types of different models that we can use to create a sentence that we use in our daily lives. So back to our
discussion,
slides, discussion
slides.
teacher.
So just now we already see some example from you. Now we are going to listen a little bit from our kids.
Yes, as promised. Let's have
so
Afiq.
we have two
kids.
Two kids, okay?
Okay.
So Afiq, right? Just now? Okay. Okay, Afiq. Oh,
all right.
What is the models you want to use?
Yeah, which one?
I want to use may.
Okay, what is the sentence then?
May I offer you a cup of tea?
May I offer you a cup of tea?
tea?
Wow.
That sentence is
During
quite
this time,
similar.
I really need a coffee break. Later on, I will take. Thank you very much, Afiq.
All right.
Okay, and then another one would be who's Shafika?
Can we have Ida since they're next to each other?
Okay. Aida.
Okay, Ida. Which words?
Which word you use?
Must.
Must. Okay. What is the sentence then?
We must obey the law.
We must obey the law.
Right, teacher. And
So,
that's instruction, right?
Yes.
That's an instruction.
And also a reminder, and also an advice. So it can be at so many different levels on how you're going to see the model. So models really help us to actually tell people, express the things that you want to express to other people and let them know. So models is really helpful, and you can always use it in your daily life.
Okay.
So now we go on to the next one, yeah,
Okay,
Shavika?
teacher, sure.
Because our focus is on writing, right? So to let you know, the new format, actually, we need to do 3 types of writing in paper 2, yeah? So there are part 1, part 2, part 3, but we are going to focus on part 2. It's an open essay. It's based on an opinion, discursive, and also argumentative, which leads to a B1 level, which is the level that they need to achieve according to the CEFR aligned curriculum. Okay. So this is a little bit of the overview of the writing test. So the first one is part 1 is compulsory task. We are focusing a little bit of number 2, which is also compulsory, but for part 3, they later on will be just maybe they will have choices. So maybe we are going to do that in another time, but we are going to look at the part 2. So as I want to tell everybody as well about this is the focus that we want our student to actually try to achieve, because the highest mark for each particular skill, the total mark will be 20.
20 marks,
so
that's a lot.
we have 4 things that they need to focus: content, communicative achievement, organization, and also language. If you've seen the previous teachers as well who presented, they also have already told a little bit about this. So kids, in order for you to get a good score, to get a 5, these are the requirements that you need to know. First, I'm going to read and focus on a few only, Shafika.
Okay.
While we talk about content, all content is relevant to the task. So relevancy is very important. So what is the instruction of the question? So you need to adhere to the question very, very carefully. Okay, that is number 1, content. How about communicative achievement? Is how you're going to deliver your essay, right? So like the students, right, they need to imagine that they are writing to the teachers, so they need to present the ideas well. So are they able to communicate well in writing form? Okay, and also organization. Text is generally well organized and coherent using a variety of cohesive devices. Cohesive devices is also can be seen like what? In Malay, they have this word, I need to say a little bit just to make other people out there to understand. Penanda wacana, connectors. Penanda wacana, they learn in terms of Bahasa Melayu, but we say it as cohesive devices, also connectors. Like moreover, furthermore, although, So that is what we call as cohesive devices, and also connectors. And also the last part is language. So uses a range of everyday vocabulary. So everyday vocabulary is what they use in their daily life, right? But the thing is, for you to get a better score, you need to also expand your vocabulary. How you can expand? Last time I came with a dictionary. So a dictionary is always a good tool for you to increase your vocabulary. Okay?
Right, and nowadays, teacher, we always have the dictionary in the form of apps.
Yep.
So that's more portable.
Yes, portable,
it's easier
easy.
nowadays. So download the dictionary in your phones. It will be applicable anywhere, anytime.
Yes.
All right.
After all, we are doing it online, the classes,
Yes,
right?
of
So it's
course.
easy for you to actually look at the dictionary in the apps and
if
also
the book
online.
is too thick.
Yep.
Okay.
So, in order for us to write, if you see the textbook, it prepares you with the language bank. Language bank meaning helpful phrases for you to write the essay later on. Is for you to have the content. Okay, we have break the law, commit a crime. I already asked my students to actually look at through it if they have any question, and they already asked me, and they already have a clarification about what they are going to do. So to the students out there, you can always refer to the textbook to increase a little bit of your knowledge about the phrases and useful words that they can use to write sentences later on.
And then it goes back to reading a lot, so you can improve and increase your language bank.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now, there's also another part. So this is the writing task that we need to do.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to read it out loud. So you read the writing task. Okay, this is the writing. Use the plan and the language bank. So just now we already see the language bank.
Yes.
So all the words is very helpful for them to help you write your essay. When you have finished your essay, check your work carefully. So later on, I'm going to ask a few of them. I'm going to assign them with a few work, and then we are going to check a little bit later. You have been talking about crime and punishment in class. We talk about it. Right, so that is the relation.
Okay.
So I'm giving them
that's
idea.
good.
As you can see from here, this is the crime scene, right?
Yes.
So you can think about the vocabulary that they might use. So we talk about the scene. We have evidence.
Right.
We have blood stained. Blood stain over here. You can see. But actually, in real life, you cannot go and enter any crime scene because it's illegal.
It's confidential as well.
It's confidential as well. Let the police do their job, okay? Don't interfere with the evidence, okay? Now, write your essay using all the notes and given reason for your point of view. Some people say that young offenders should be sent to an army camp for a while instead of being sent to the prison. Do you agree?
So the students can choose whether they agree or not, but have to come up with plausible arguments on the matter,
reasons,
on their opinions.
Okay.
All right.
So they already given the notes a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. The first idea is being punished. Number 2 is a learning life skill when we are talking about being sent to the prison or maybe army camp. Right? So you are going to learn something. And also when you go for army camp, you are going to serve there. So it's also a way for you being punished by your action, right?
Right.
And then we want to introduce a new idea. So let's see what they're going to come out with the idea.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
So as you know, when we are writing, there are 3 parts that you need to focus on, right? 3 parts. Okay, the first part you are going to look into introduction. And also number 2 is the body. Body meaning that you need to have the points lah. Okay, the points. Just now we already mentioned about the 2 points, and then we are going to add a new one, and then we need to come out with the conclusion. That is the element that you need to have in order for you to come out with a very successful essay.
All right, teacher, just want to check with you. The introduction and the body and conclusion, that means we have to make it in 3 paragraphs, or the body can have a lot of paragraphs?
The body can also have lots of paragraphs. For example, like maybe you can put 1 point to 1 particular paragraph. So instead of like 3, you might end up with 5 different paragraph.
Oh, I see. All right.
So as you know, just now we talk about the paragraphing. So it's also put your skill into practice. So if you organize your ideas carefully, then the ideas seem like very smooth, right? If you put it in certain paragraphs. So as a reader, as a readers, so I will feel like very, very easy to read the flow of idea. I can understand easier when they put certain ideas in certain paragraph.
Okay, teacher, just one more question before we go ahead. Because we have 20 marks here, that means for the body, if you have more points there to point out, and then your introduction and conclusion might not be that strong, could the marks be focused fully on the body? If they have more points, say, compared to other students, let's say 5 points.
Okay, because this is a holistic way of actually like looking into assessing their essay.
Okay.
So it's up to also the views of the teachers. But we are going to look at as holistically, but according to that particular
Topic.
no, not topics, but the idea.
The idea, okay.
The language part, the organization part. We are going to look at into them. Okay, carefully.
All right, teacher. Let's proceed.
Let's proceed. So, Kiss, are you ready? I'm going to assign you.
Yes. Okay, let's get ready for this.
Introduction will be done by Faiza.
Faiza.
Yeah. And also being punished.
For
Who
the
will do
body.
it? Adrian.
Adrian.
Learning life skill is Yunjuan. The new idea is by Aida.
Aida.
And conclusion is by
Afiq.
Afi.
Okay,
so
guys.
we are going to give them some time a little bit.
Of course.
We are going to go in front while we are letting
they're
them
trying to write their
to
essays.
write, and
All
then
right,
we
kids.
discuss a little bit later on. Okay. Now, Shafika.
Okay. Yes.
So when we talk about crime as well, right? We don't really see this thing happen. But what your idea about teenagers involving in crime?
To have an opinion about this, because when you told me about teenagers doing crimes and all that, because when we do a law on crimes or when we do punishment on crimes, so usually teenagers are being put into a category where they're given more lenient punishments. So in a way, because people say the older the wiser, that means with experience, when you grow, you'll have more knowledge of what to do right, differentiate between right and wrong. So for me, in my example, an army camp would be good because they need to have time to actually think about repenting.
Repenting,
and also,
that is also a very good word you mentioned, repenting.
Repenting, because you need to know what you did was wrong. Some teenagers, they don't have the proper knowledge or mindset on knowing what they did was wrong. They just did it for fun because of peer pressure. So you have to cut them some slacks, you know? Right, that's just my opinion, because there's a lot of categories in the crime world. It depends on how severe it is, right, teacher?
Yes, it depends on how severe it is for when we look into the crime. Is it like a very minor one? Is it a very major one? Is it a very serious offense when we look into it? Because when we talk about crime, we cannot easily put them into category. We need to assess it very, very carefully. And for us as a public, we need to actually have an open mind first, and not putting blame easily on people directly on the action, because we don't know what has actually happened there in the situation. So it's very good for you to have an open mind before any law decide what actually is the crime that they did. Sometimes we may think that the offense is so big that you outthink that actually maybe it was unintentional, or maybe it was just for self-defense.
Or maybe, teacher, they have issues within them. We don't know the current situation or mental state of a person.
Very good, you put it out.
Yes, I think that is why we have a law system in the country. In every country, there's always a law system where it involves the court and the lawyers, and also a very systematic system to go through, so that in the end you'll really identify the root cause of the problem and find out the correct punishment in the end.
Punishment. So
what about,
I think
yes. Okay.
I think we're done.
We're done?
Yes.
Okay, did you have enough time, students, to come up with your essay?
Okay. So can you...
Okay, teacher, why not like this? I think they're not too ready for now. Maybe we give them a bit more time and go for a break first, kids.
And then actually send it to me as fast as you can.
Yes, send it to teacher Mr. Hanin as fast as you can, and we'll see you right back on Teras Didik TV KPM.
KPM. Didik TV KPM.
Welcome back to Teras Didik TV KPM, and today we're learning Bahasa Inggeris, and we're getting the students to come up with an essay each for one paragraph to answer, maybe a few paragraphs, teacher, to write their arguments on whether teenagers should be sent to army camps or straight to the prison. Right, teacher, let's go straight to the point. Let's have first Faiza. Was it Faiza?
Yes, Faiza.
Yes, talk about her argument. The floor is yours, Faiza.
Crime is defined as action or omission which constitute an offence and is punishable by law. However, when we talk about young offenders, going to prison would be harsh for them. Instead, I believe they would be sent to army camp, and there are my reasons.
Okay, this is a very good interaction because she mentioned a little bit a definition about the crime, and also she included, however,
connecting
the sentences to make the flows correct, and also she put a little bit of her idea. I believe they should be sent to army camp, and there are my reasons. So she's going to put inside to give chance for the friends to explain a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
This is a good flow, actually, teacher, because she is stating what is defined as, and then she used an argumentative connection, and then at the end, it's her own opinion.
Okay. Very good style.
All right.
Okay.
Can we have next?
The next would be Adrian. Adrian, right?
Yes.
The most common crimes committed by young offenders may include vandalism, graffiti, shoplifting, assaults, and petty theft charges. They need to be punished for such. They need to be punished for such crimes. However, they do not present a direct danger to the community like murderers. Therefore, they should not be sent to prison.
Okay, so this is a better and clearer explanation about the reasons, right? So a good job and well done. And he included also two connectors, however, and therefore to make the flow. And he also included some words from the language bank to actually help them and see, as just what we discussed earlier about the degree.
The degree of the
offenses,
crime,
right? So it's unfair a little bit if you are being caught for thief and then you are being to a life sentence prisons, right?
Yes, that wouldn't be reasonable.
So that is a good idea.
Good idea, Adrian.
Thank you very much, Adrian. And then can we have Yinzwan?
Okay.
On top of that, young offenders should be sent to an army camp as they can learn life skills.
Okay.
Young offenders will learn about the ways they dealing with people. For instance, they will work in a team with others to complete their mission. As a result, they definitely can communicate with their group members and also the others in the army camp.
Okay. So she explained a little bit more about maybe her explanation on what an army camp can actually help these young offenders. And I like her idea where she mentioned about can communicate with their group members because maybe we as a public have the difficulty to understand and communicate ourselves to other people, and that's why other people misinterpret us. So
yes, we have the inability sometimes to express what we're feeling actually.
Yes.
And I saw some connectors there. For instance. And as a result, is that a connector?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good job, Yinzuan.
Okay, so I think you mentioned there are three there on top of that.
On top of that.
For instance, and also as a result.
As a result, okay.
As you know that how it works is going to make your essay look better and nicer. Okay.
Very professional.
Okay. Now, Aida.
Moreover, it's a good idea for sending young offenders to an army camp as they can train their self-discipline there. Young offenders will learn the responsibility of being an army, and in another words, they can judge the all right and wrong, besides reflect on their past mistakes.
Yep.
On the whole, young offenders should be sent to an army camp so they will not repeat on their fault.
Okay, so they also have like this idea whereby when you put inside the army camp, you are given the chance to actually reflect on their past mistake and actually judge whether the action is right or not. Because
Right.
you know, as young teenagers, they also don't have like this life experience ahead of them. They're still
Correct.
very young, and we as adults, we are the one who actually like giving them, guiding them towards becoming a better individuals later on in their life, right?
Yes, teacher.
And
Correct.
they will not repeat on their fault. So we need to have a little bit of like understanding and also being positive,
Right.
yeah, towards our people,
Yes.
towards human. Okay.
It seems here as if the students here are on the same page,
Yeah.
which they agree on
Yeah.
sending the teenagers doing crimes to army camps
Yep.
instead of prison.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, like maybe they have like certain idea that, yeah, they know they are youngsters. They also make mistakes,
Yes.
right? Especially when they are at home, they are always with their parents. Maybe they have like giving a little bit of difficulty to their parents as well. But they know they are going to learn from
They
their
understand
mistakes.
the point of view.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And also the
Afiq.
last one is going to be Afiq.
the conclusion, the most
conclusion.
important part.
Yep. Yes, Afiq.
In conclusion, juveniles are too young to understand the consequence of their action, and putting them behind the bar for the crime they committed is unlikely to help them. In my opinion, making them do community work is a better alternative because it allows them to give back to the society and improve their chance of realizing their mistakes.
Okay, this is also such a good conclusion.
Yes.
However, maybe a little bit of this part can be included in the body part instead of the conclusion, because
It is a point as well.
he added a little bit of point. It's okay because you are learning. So I'm going to later on ask Afiq to actually, this idea can be included in your body part. But overall, the first part is the conclusion that he made, because juveniles are too young to understand the consequences of the action, and putting them behind the bars for the crime they committed is unlikely to help them. I think that is a very good conclusion already, but maybe he got a lot of idea. So it's a part and parcels of learning. So don't worry. Teachers are here to help you and guide you to be a better writer.
Definitely, teacher.
Yes. With the fast technology, so that's why they can send me fast and share with everybody out there their answers.
Okay, teacher, we've had some very good paragraphs from a complete essay that they can write from each of the students here. Thank you very much for your answers, teacher. But before we wrap up, because we've reached the end of the show, can you give a bit of a wrap up to what we've learned today?
Okay, so what did we learn
there
today?
you go.
So right on the dot.
Yes.
Okay, so we learned today about the crime. Yes, I need to prepare a lot of stuff just to get my kids get into the idea of like
Have a visual.
Yeah, have a visual.
Yes.
So it will be easier for them to actually write the essay. Don't get involved with crime because it's wrong. It's against the law. Don't break the law. You are still young. If you make mistake, please apologize for your mistake and admit that you are doing the mistake, and also try to be a better person. And we learn a little bit more about writing. We can include models to actually make our essay better, and also we include connectors.
Yes. Those 2 points are very important, right,
Yep.
teacher? All right, so there you have it from teacher Mr. Hanin Abu Hanip from SMK Unku Aziz Sabak Bernam Selangor. Thank you, teacher, for
Thank you.
sharing all the information and knowledge with us today.
Yes.
It was very fun learning writing with you, and also because we have such an example, the crime scene and also the guns here as an
And also
example.
remember the acting?
The acting as well. I hope you all had a nice visual of what we discussed today and learned the best and succeed in your future tests and exams. Right, teacher?
Yep.
That's all we have for today. Until we meet again on Teras Didik TV KPM. Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So we are talking about crime today. Everyone should be involved in the fight against the crime. The rise in criminal activities has always been a matter of grave concern among Malaysians, right? So what people fail to realize is the crime prevention is actually a shared responsibility. Yes, we know crime prevention is include the authorities such as the ministries and also government departments, but not to forget, crime prevention is actually our responsibility too. So we have to play our role by improving the security of our neighborhood. So we must be the eyes and the ears to eradicate the crime. Everyone can see and know the warning signals, so this will prevent us into the bigger problem.
To all the candidates of SPM 2021, I wish you all the best in your upcoming SPM examinations. And also, I hope that you can keep yourself away from committing crime or any illegal activities. As right now, the most important thing for you is to focus on your study to get a promising future. Be safe and be mindful.
Didik TV KPM